In Munich for us is TRT World's Baig. Asad, what's the background to all of this?
Well, Beate Zschaepe, 42 years old now, was part of the National Socialist Underground, a neo-Nazi terrorist cell that committed murders, bombings and bank robberies from 2000 to 2007. Now, from the 10 people that were murdered, 8 were of Turkish origin, 1 was Greek and 1 policewoman. Now, she was caught eventually when she handed herself in. The police didn't manage to track down this cell. They weren't even onto this cell. And she was the only last surviving member. The other 2 killed themselves after a botched bank robbery when they were cornered by police and they committed suicide. And this trial's been going on for 5 years. About 2.5 years of that trial, she remained silent. Then she decided to speak. She said she wasn't guilty and said that actually she didn't know about the murders, but the courts found otherwise, and she will be spending the rest of her life behind bars. And this trial has raised some questions. It's forced German society to look at itself. It's raised questions around the police and the intelligence services, but also it's made many Turkish immigrant communities uneasy about their safety, uneasy about their relationship with the police, and definitely uneasy around their relationship with the intelligence services.
What does the existence of this organization say about the situation of German politics as a whole? Because, of course, in the past, 10 years, the rise of the right wing has been particularly prominent in Germany. How do the two fit together?
Well, what's interesting about this case is that the police throughout this investigation didn't think that it was a far-right organization. They blamed the Turkish community, in some cases putting pressure on family members of those murdered to say that they had been involved in criminal activities, and it was actually non-existent Turkish mafia gangs that had murdered them. So there was a complete neglect and sometimes just not caring to look outside of the Turkish community. These murders took place not just in one city but across Germany. So it's raised questions about the police and about their investigation. But what it also asks is about the involvement of the intelligence services. Now, the intelligence services had informants that they paid money to. Some of that money went forward to fund neo-Nazi activity. And in one particular case of the murder of a Turkish man in an internet cafe, an intelligence officer was present. Not only did he fail to come forward, but when he was tracked down, he said that he didn't witness the murder. He didn't see the blood on the counter. And there were files that were shredded by the intelligence services. But the judges have been clear here that this was a murder trial and it's not the intelligence services that are on trial here. But those questions don't go away. The questions around the relationship between the German intelligence and far-right neo-Nazi organizations still remain, and people are still wanting answers to that.
Asad, thank you very much indeed. That's TRT World's Baig in Munich.